Hello, it's Scott Manley, and if you've been wondering why I haven't been posting any videos these last couple of days, it's because I'm on vacation in Hawaii, and I've got to be very clear here, I'm in the state of Hawaii on the island of Oahu. Now, Hawaii is actually made up of several islands, and let's see if I can remember it. There's Hawaii, which is the biggest one, also known as the Big Island, Maui, Oahu, which is the most popular one, populous island. It has Pearl Harbor and the city of Honolulu on it. There's Molokai, Lanai, Kauai. There might be one other. There might be two other. I don't know. I can't remember them all. But they're all part of this, the state of Hawaii, which is actually part of a long geological formation of islands that goes all the way across the Pacific. It's called like the Hawaii Emperor Island chain or seamount chain. I don't know. This includes the island of Midway, which interestingly enough is not part of the state of Hawaii. The state of Hawaii was created in 1959. It used to be the Republic of Hawaii. Before that, it was a monarchy, but what happened was the plantation owners basically decided that they wanted to control things, and they had a coup, and the monarchy was no more. I'm not sure that's one of the better parts of Hawaiian history, but hey, it's part of the state of part of the United States now, and interestingly, it's the only part of the United States which is not in the continental America. And let's be clear, it's part of the continent of Oceania, which includes all the islands of Indonesia and Australia and New Zealand. So that's from a geological standpoint, it's interesting. Hawaii is actually really cool because it's been all created by volcanoes. There is something underneath the Pacific plate, like a plume of energy, a hot spot it tends to be called, but some people dispute whether it's actually a hot spot. It's essentially burning a hole in the bottom of the Pacific plate, and it creates volcanoes, island volcanoes. So it starts like a volcano on the bottom of the ocean, and it rises, becoming a mountain, and eventually it breaks the surface, and you get a new island formed. And if you look at the islands of the chain, they kind of run to the northwest, with the Big Island being in the southeast. So this actually is in like traditional Hawaiian mythology as well. They talk about the islands having aged, even before they understood the geology of the process, the inhabitants understood that the islands had aged in this particular way. So there is actually a new island in the process of being created, or at least there's a new volcano that's sitting just to the southeast of Hawaii. And that perhaps in the next million years or so will break the surface, and there'll be a new place to sell, condos and whatever on. Hawaii is not one of the cheapest places to go, but it is absolutely stunningly beautiful. It has just all sorts of species of tropical plants that I've never seen before, some of which are indigenous and unique to Hawaii. We, of course, have all these amazing mountains everywhere. It's surrounded by water, and there's all sorts of water sports you can get into here. We've been swimming around and whatever. My kids actually have just spent the last hour in the pool with a bunch of other kids playing a pool game based on Five Nights at Freddy's, which is kind of interesting, but that's the way pool games have evolved. Uh, yeah, the whole island chain formation is really quite an amazing thing to look at. It's to see on the map how there's these set of islands that just continue, or these mountains that continue as a ridge all the way back through Midway and beyond. So on Big Island itself, Hawaii, we have one of the best places for astronomy as well. There's a dozen major telescopes there, including the 15-meter James Clerk Maxwell telescope and the Keck telescope, which consists of two 10-meter mirrors. And they're in the process of building a 30-meter telescope on the summit of Mauna Kea. And so we're all, I think Mauna Kea, I'm getting these things mixed up. I do know that the most active volcano is Kilauea, and as I said, this is on Hawaii. I'm not on that island, so I won't be able to go to these observatories on this trip and show you all the cool stuff, and I won't be able to go and see molten lava spewing out of the ground. No, I'm going to have to content myself with just talking about science and enjoying the landscape. And yes, it is raining. It is a tropical place, and rain is absolutely quite, normal. It's pretty darn warm right now. It's very comfortable, even though I'm absolutely soaked to the skin. So yeah, this is where I am. This is what I'm going to be doing for the next 10 days or so. I have some Kerbal videos for you, but if you've got anything you think of that I can record while on the road, feel free to ask. I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.